Picture the ultimate fisherman's dream. You hike deep into the woods and find a spot that is perfectly hidden, miles away from the noise and the crowds. It is completely yours. But total isolation comes with a serious vulnerability. Being miles away from the nearest human also means nobody is around to hear you if you need help. Out there, a sprained ankle, a sudden change in the weather, or an unexpected visitor leaves you with zero backup. You have to rely entirely on yourself. Today, we are going to look at 3 very real, very creepy encounters out on the water to build a straightforward wilderness safety checklist. Being truly prepared for the wild requires anticipating the unpredictable. Often, the most dangerous variables you face are nature and other people. In our first story, a fisherman is out kayaking in a remote Louisiana marsh. He leans over the side of his boat, and his brand new smartphone slips right out of his pocket, plunging straight to the bottom of the muddy water. Instead of accepting the loss, he takes off his shoes and pants. He climbs out of his kayak and wades into water 4.5 feet deep, hoping to feel the phone with his bare feet. This diagram shows a cross-section of a typical marsh floor. When you step down, your foot punches straight through the soft silt on top and buries itself in dense mud, which creates a heavy suction effect. Freezing water temperatures quickly throw your body into shock, making it incredibly difficult to pull your feet out. Being physically stuck means you cannot react to steep drop-offs on the water floor and leaves you completely defenseless against any wildlife swimming around your legs. While feeling around in the dark water, something large wrapped tightly around the fisherman's ankle. It violently yanked him completely underwater. He fought blindly, kicking in the muck until he broke free and scrambled onto his kayak. He never figured out what grabbed him. Rule number 1 of our checklist: if your gear falls into murky water, let it sink. No physical object is worth risking your life to retrieve. Our second scenario takes us to a small hidden reservoir. A group of friends is hanging out by the water when they notice an unfamiliar canoe wedged awkwardly into the shoreline reeds. They walk over to investigate and find a few highly alarming signs inside. There is an open tackle box, a fishing rod with its line cast into the water, a half-eaten sandwich, and right on the seat, a locked smartphone with the flashlight turned on. People do not casually walk away from fresh food and expensive electronics. Leaving these specific items behind implies the person fled in a total panic, or someone forced them to leave. The friends look across the reservoir and realize a stranger is standing knee-deep in the dark water, staring quietly at them. When the stranger suddenly starts screaming and wading into deeper water toward them, the group turns and sprints all the way back to their cars. Rule number 2: when you spot a scene that looks this wrong, leave immediately. Trust your instincts when you see odd surroundings, and never stick around to see what happens next. In our final story, 2 brothers are night fishing on a secluded lake when they spot mysterious ripples. To their surprise, a person emerges from the pitch-black water. This chart compares average human breath-holding times. In freezing water, the cold shock response typically forces a person to gasp for air immediately. Yet, as you can see on the timeline, the person these brothers watched held their breath for nearly 3 full minutes while actively swimming. When the swimmer finally surfaces near the brothers, she flashes a cold smile, completely ignores the freezing temperatures, and erratically begs the brothers to get into the water with her. One brother eventually has to grab their gear and shake the other to snap him out of his shock so they can run. As they retreat into the woods, the woman's playful attitude vanishes, and she begins shrieking violently into the night. Rule number 3: always use the buddy system. When faced with bizarre human behavior, you might find yourself frozen in confusion. Having a partner provides someone who can literally pull you away when your own mind is trying to process a situation that doesn't make sense. Looking at all 3 of these encounters, a clear lesson emerges. The absolute best survival tool you have in the wild is your own situational awareness. That creeping feeling of dread you get when a situation feels wrong is a highly evolved defense mechanism. Your brain is actively identifying subtle threats before your conscious mind can put them into words. Let's review our checklist. Rule 1: let lost gear stay lost. Rule 2: if the environment shows strange sightings or odd surroundings, do not investigate. And rule 3, never go completely alone, and do not try to rationalize erratic human behavior. Nature commands respect. Finding a quiet spot to fish is a wonderful experience, so protect your peace. Keep your wits about you, trust your gut, and always know exactly when to walk away.